This person sees you as a star. You are the center of their focus. You're their light in their life. You are the center of their world at this moment. This is somebody that has witnessed or has experienced in the time since you've been having like your romantic exchanges with one another, little flirtations, deeper conversations, moments of intimacy, moments of vulnerability, even times where you've had disagreements and you've needed to kiss and make up. They recognize that when you are loved correctly, you sparkle, you shine, that there is an aspect of you that they are perceiving. They have the ability to evoke within you that makes them feel very empowered, very powerful, very like confident in themselves. This is somebody that doesn't want to take you for granted or the uniqueness of this connection between the two of you, where they are able to have exchanges with you and see you light up from the inside. That this is something that's helping them to recognize that, like, you're their gem, you're their treasure, you're the type of person that should be kept very safely within a loving circumstance. They anticipate that you've been with people in the past that couldn't appreciate you, couldn't see you for who you were, didn't have the capacity to bring this side of you out, or if they caught a glimpse of this side of you, might have manipulated that or used you as like a thing to bolster their own ego, like a trophy. And so this is somebody, it feels like, that is very mindful at this particular point in time. They're holding themselves really accountable to make sure that they do right by you, to make up for any times in the past where there was anyone romantically that like dimmed your shine or that made you regret opening up to them like that, letting them see that side of you, because it ended up being an experience that left you worse for wear. This is somebody that never wants to see you upset. They don't want you crying tears unless they are tears of joy. This is somebody that feels so protective over you. There's such an inclination to nurture you, to kiss the scars that you have from experiences in your life or in love, maybe even things you don't want to talk about, that this person can sense in some sort of way exist within you, or they presume must be there, because they see you as a very like pure energy, a very pure soul. There's an innocence about you, no matter what you've been through, what life has done to you, however world weary you are. It's like you've kept this light on inside of yourself that this person has witnessed personally. You trust them enough to like showcase that, to let them see that. Or it's just a very kind of like natural side effect of the times where they have been open, they have been giving love, time, and affection. Not like you're somebody who's easily swayed, or you're willing to accept breadcrumbs, but like when they've been really with you in the moment, really there, really pouring into this place from a high vibrational aspect of themselves, operating in integrity. They see that that is something which helps to accentuate this part of yourself, which is almost heavenly in nature. It's like divine. It's like they've caught a glimpse, not just of you as an earth angel, but they've seen this etheric glow, this like sparkle about you, a sparkle in your eyes, something otherworldly that is helping them to understand. It feels like that you would be a blessing and love to anyone lucky enough to have such an experience with you. And this is somebody that doesn't want to be the type of person that would ever kind of like cause you distress, There's a sense of feeling almost like it would offend the universe for someone to hurt your heart, to hurt your mind, to hurt your life in any kind of way. And rather than being very cautious or kind of taking a huge step back, like, well, I don't want anything to do with a person like that. I don't want to suffer the repercussions because I'm clumsy, or, because I can't stand somebody else to be in the spotlight. All I know how to do is kind of bring people down or try to humble people. Instead, this is somebody that is wanting to take like a huge step forward towards you, to envelop you in like a level of tenderness that they don't usually show to people, or they don't show very quickly, but that seems to kind of like come to the forefront when they are in your presence. They see you almost as like a healer, like a very healing energy. And there's a sense of almost like this activates the protector archetype within them. You should be free to be that radiant divine essence in and of yourself. When loved correctly, it just turns the volume up on that frequency that you have already mastered and that you emit so beautifully on your own. And this person feels like, if I'm going to continue to be part of your life, I need to be somebody that protects that about you. And so again, there's like a mindfulness about them, trying to sort of like tap into their empathy centers within, not just listen to kind of like what you express in terms of needs, wants, and desires, but this is somebody, it feels like, that is starting to kind of utilize like their extrasensory perceptions, or again like empathy centers within, to really like feel into this connection energetically. Like, I'm not just listening to what you tell me that you want. I'm not just reading the silence as whatever it is, but this is something where it's like I'm perceiving your energy. I'm making the effort to kind of read that as well, so that I can make sure I'm adjusting myself according to whatever is going to make you feel like you are aligned enough with an experience of me that you are safe to soften, which is when that radiance, when that sparkle, when that shine just becomes so much more brilliant than it usually is. We also have the moon. Yeah, so this person just, they drink you in with their eyes. Every time they see you, it's an emotional experience. Every time you post a new photo on social media, every time they see you in person, every time there's been, maybe there's been a couple days in between your interactions, you've been busy with things, or if this person has traveled at some point in time, or there's been like missed communication, missed calls, things like that, and then they've reconnected with you, it's like the impact of that is felt all the way down to a soul level. This person is like deeply drawn to you in ways that are hard for them to explain, but that tap into something very primal within them, like a primal instinct to move closer towards you, to bring forth aspects of themselves, of their personality, of their energy, of their life, not to like offer to win you over or to present as a way to kind of contain you, but just almost like, I feel so inclined to give you the fullness of all that I am, of who I am totally. Parts of me that others have never come to understand, have never seen, or it takes a while to like earn access to that. It feels right to present that to you, not for your approval, but so that something within you can align with that. It feels right to do that very immediately, very quickly. Now, at this point, going forward. So this is definitely somebody that wants to create more closeness between the two of you. This is somebody that wants to be very tender with you. They want to show you their romantic side. They want to show you that softer side. They want to convince you, not just with words, but with an energetic approach, like, you're safe with me. You're safe to be chaotic. You're safe to be afraid. You're safe to be loud. You're safe to be confident. You're safe to be ambitious. You're safe to be curious. You're safe to be whatever you want. Like this is somebody that has ample room for all of that. They love all of your facets. They love that you are a mystery, that somehow you just keep becoming more significant and more bright to them. Every time they see you from a different angle. Something new reveals itself and it draws them in. They're very alert to your presence as well. They're very alert to you, very attuned to you. They feel like psychically connected to you. And there's a sense of almost like this is somebody that's like, regardless of what happens between the two of you romantically, this is somebody that like will always want the best for you. They would always advocate for you. They'd always protect you. They would always be sending you those loving energies. This is someone that's like, I would say, I will always be there for you if you would ever need me, and they'd mean it. We have the spider. Yeah, so this is somebody that is overcoming a fear of coming on too strong. This is somebody that does not want to, kind of make you feel like, okay, are they trying to love bomb? Are they trying to manipulate? Like this person may have some awareness of like things you went through in the past. They may know people that you were in relationships with before, and they saw how those people were, or, they made certain assumptions about that. And so it's kind of like, okay, I don't want to come across as those kind of individuals that would have spun some kind of web of lies, would have entangled you in a situation, left you worse for wear, perhaps, after having, encounters with them. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to make your guard go up. I don't want to make you fearful. I don't want to make you feel like you need to be discerning and be on the alert for kind of like, what's the catch? Why are they giving so much? What do they want in return? This is somebody that wants to be very genuine with you, but they understand that it's like it has to come at a measured pace, because there is so much that they are compelled to kind of design for the two of you in terms of the next steps forward. But they're acknowledging where things are at this moment in time. Maybe this is something where this person needs to kind of like perform sort of a supportive role for you. You may be in a transitional period. You may be like going through certain things, or you have come through certain things recently. And so there's a sense of almost like this person wanting you to know, like, I'm here for you. I will shelter you in this time where you're getting your bearings, you're planning your next steps forward, or you've just come out of something and maybe you are exhausted. Fall back into my arms and rest, knowing that you are cloaked in love. Like that's the vibe this person is holding inside of them and wanting to like give to you. But they are also afraid of like, is that going to come across as something that seems too good to be true? Is that going to be something that's going to set off certain alarm bells for you? Is that going to be the kind of approach that maybe it's too much at this point? It's too much too soon. And so this is somebody that it's like they're walking very carefully in that kind of landscape of desire versus kind of like how that translates out. They're trying to feel into things energetically as like a precursor to whatever it is that they are expressing to you, or action steps that they're taking, because they're not wanting to disrupt your flow in any sort of way. They're not wanting to make you retract in yourself. This is somebody, again, that just, they love the way that you sparkle in their presence when they are being very honest, but they also know that kind of the double-edged sword with that is if they come on too strong, then that may be something that freaks you out. And so they don't want that to happen and kind of like cause you to sort of, have to kind of pick up the pieces from that, or, create awkwardness between the two of you. So this is somebody, it feels like whatever it is that they are kind of like demonstrating or wanting to demonstrate at this point in time, just know that there's so much more that they want to give or are wanting to showcase, but something within their instinct. And this might even just be fears within themselves, maybe a fear of rejection that they are also needing to overcome, of just kind of like, I want to give more, but I don't know if it would be too much for you. We also have the talisman. Yeah, so this is somebody, again, that is very protective over you, very protective over this connection. This is somebody that wants to see this connection succeed. This is somebody that will do whatever it takes to make adjustments in themselves, which is why they're leaning into that space of trying to like activate empathy centers. Like, I see what you're telling me. I hear what you're telling me. I see what needs to be done. But I also want to make sure that I feel into the subtleties of things, to make sure we are moving as one in the same direction, to make sure that at the times where you feel that surge of stepping into the leadership role, that I am able to adjust into that supportive stance. In the times where you are faltering, that is when I bring my strength up, so that you know that I am here with you, that you are not alone, that I stand beside you as you move forward through certain things in your life, or as we move forward together through certain fears in the direction of hope, and in the midst of the reality of how those two polarities can become a bridge that we cross over together into the experience of what this love story will become. This is somebody that feels very fortunate to have encountered you. Very fortunate that the stars have aligned, or that the universe has been so good to bless the two of you with this experience in the here and now. This is somebody that wants to be very careful with your heart. They don't want to be one of those type of people that leaves their muddy footprints everywhere, or makes certain assumptions, or, puts their own needs before yours. This is something where it's like, I want us to have a deep understanding with one another. I want us to be free to be honest with one another. I want us to be mindful of aspects within that we can't bring ourselves to discuss out loud, or maybe there are things that are just in the subconscious that might in some sort of way be limits, ways in which we are afraid or would hold ourselves back from the fullness of this experience with one another. I want to hold space for those aspects too. The light and the shadow, all of it is welcome in this circumstance. This is somebody that sees you as a very radiant being. It's almost like you could do no wrong in their eyes, or whatever you've needed to go through to come to this version of you. It's like you did what you had to do, and there is no judgment on their part. They see you as somebody who is shining bright. You're a high vibrational being. You're a good person. You are aligned with a truth of love that most people cannot fathom. And you hold that inside of yourself. And the fact that you are looking to them with the eyes of love, that there is a romance or a budding romance between the two of you, this is something that has caused this person to start to look at themselves differently as well. Through your eyes, they have learned to love and appreciate themselves on a whole different level. And so this is somebody, it feels like, that wants to take every step that they can in order to make sure that you're building in multiple aspects with one another. All facets are covered. Everything is addressed. That there are not kind of like any sort of surprises in terms of like unchecked fears, or ways in which, again, like they may be just sort of so driven to kind of envelop this connection with this desire to like protect and nurture, that they in some sort of way are oblivious maybe to desires that you have for like a freedom and an expansiveness, or to take on that role as well, to be that nurturer, to be that protector. This is somebody that wants to exchange those roles with you. If you're operating in a healer archetype and it's activating their protector, then they're starting to ask that question, okay, so there's a healer inside of me as well, and there's a protector that lives within you. So what's that going to look like? Like, they're trying to keep an eye on that within themselves for the moments when that surfaces, so that you can switch between those roles very seamlessly. This is somebody that wants to work with you through any kind of fears, any kind of miscommunication. It's like, okay, if we falter, we continue to hold one another's hands, we get back up, we try again, we keep moving forward. We keep sight of one another. This person has a lot of love for you. They see you as a rare gift, as a rare blessing, as their rare gift and their rare blessing. This is somebody that hopes to have you in their life romantically for the long term. But if ever there came a point when you would decide that your romantic interest would be best served, or your emotional interest would be best served elsewhere. This is the type of person that would always have love for you. They would only ever look at you through the eyes of love. And with that being said, they are very focused on this moment and kind of like, let's continue to progress forward in the here and now, because I don't want to miss out on this. I don't want to lose you to fears or to outside circumstances or to aspects within me that might not be kind of like the best at loving or showing up in loving partnerships. Like, this is somebody that is like wanting to be very teachable. Like, show me how to love you, tell me how you need to be loved. And this is something where even if you can't express that, or your answer is silence, or you're just kind of like self-focused, this is somebody that is feeling into the essence of that. Not so that they, kind of like they're overwhelming you and they're not giving you any room to breathe, but so that there is always a sense of like connectivity between the two of you as you are, living your lives, blossoming in different ways individually. This is somebody that also wants to continue to keep sight of this connection, to feed energy into this, to speak life into this connection, to continue to blossom alongside you into the next manifestation of what is possible here. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. Like or comment to claim these energies. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more content that I put out here. Don't forget to hit the bell button if you'd like to get notifications every time I post a new video. And if you would like to book a personal reading, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link for that below. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.